Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
My office, 5 minutes.
Let's check on how others are doing with wokeness, shall we? Hello and welcome to another video. Let's get straight into this one, right after you like, of course.
Angel! Oh, you're such a swell!
I had the same reaction, to be honest.
MAGA, did you know that America is spelled with a C, not 3 Ks? Interesting, huh? When you actually pick up a book and read it.
Hey liberal, did you know that triple K group you're talking about was started by the Democrats? Funny how that works though, because you're over there trying to spell America and we're over here making it great again. And you're dodging your own party's baggage. Yeah, and you guys own all that. You didn't think this through, did you? Have a good day.
They just love rhymes. They barely think it through.
And here I truly thought it could not get any more cringe.
Yo, this is the Ranking Rizzler on Appropriations, serving Connecticut's 3rd District. Time to enter your dark academia Congress era. All right, besties. House appropriation is the money moves in Congress. We are not chasing the bag, we are the bag. Democrats are making life smoother through government funding. It's giving. So Sigma, main character energy. But Republicans' project 2025 is mad sus. Eliminating the Department of Education, negative moral points. Basically, the biggest phantom tax on the environment, on your education, and your rights. Big L, posting it online, buddy. Democrats understood the assignment. Go off. See how I keep you informed? Very cutesy, very demure.
How do you do, fellow youths? I mean...
Who is their social media manager? Whose idea was this? Straight to jail.
Do you think Trump is making America great or worse?
Worse.
What specifically is making America worse?
I think every day, I'm not going to get into specifics.
Shouldn't it be easy to just name one thing if there's a lot, especially on a daily basis?
I wouldn't have to be on, you wouldn't be asking me if it was easy, honestly.
So what is
something right now.
So what is just one example on top of your head?
Reproductive justice, environmental justice, people being able to feed their kids.
That's a big one. Would you agree that if Americans had more money in their pockets, they could achieve certain stuff like that?
Absolutely.
So you're in favor of tax cuts for the middle class, low income class, various stuff like that, right?
Absolutely, that makes sense.
You know that in 2018 he passed those tax cuts that helped the middle class?
That's not true.
Why do you say that it's not true?
Statistics.
What statistics?
In 2017, actually. How can I even explain this?
Because we can look at IRS data and we can see that the middle class benefited the most from Trump's tax cuts in 2018.
Well, you know, you seem to have all the facts then.
Yeah, well, what we're doing is just we're informing people on campus, right? People have a lot of narratives, and those narratives could be not true.
As someone who's worked in Georgia politics in and out for the last, I would say, 10 years, I can say that I've seen the impact on Donald Trump's, or the impact on our community from Donald Trump's policies, several of them.
What is a specific example of one of those
I've tried
things?
to tell you several times, and you keep cutting me off.
Sure.
So what I will say is that, since you've asked my opinion, I do not think that Donald Trump is helping our country. And I'm gonna go to work now.
Well, that outcome was very expected, do sure.
My dad wanted me to ask you. He said, would you still be a white supremacist if you were in a more diverse work field?
Do you think I'm a white supremacist?
I have no idea if you're a white supremacist. My dad has watched a lot of you. He said, if you weren't out here preaching hate and working on your 3-pointers, you think you would probably be better at that?
You should be ashamed of your father.
I'm definitely not. My father's an amazing man.
Yeah,
he cares about American citizens.
Your father
and all
peddles
of their rights.
lies. I'm not a white supremacist. Honestly, shame on him. For someone that runs an organization called Blexit, do you even know what Blexit is?
I do not.
It's literally, we employ 40 black Americans that work in Atlanta, Chicago, and Philadelphia, trying to improve the well-being of inner-city black America. What has your father ever done for inner-city black America other than call me a white supremacist? And by the way, secondly, it's just so ridiculous. It's like, it's somehow
people for your companies or whatever you do does not make you a white supremacist.
What is a white supremacist?
A white is somebody who takes advantage and believes that they are higher than everybody else.
Do I believe that?
I have no idea.
Okay, exactly. And so there's no evidence whatsoever, and yet people go around sloppily saying, you're a racist, you're a white supremacist. It is so destructive to our dialogue. It's destructive to us coming together as a country, and there's nothing to support it whatsoever. So thank you for your time, and shame on your father for peddling that crap.
So your dad promised you a PlayStation 4 in exchange for a humiliation ritual? Is that it?
I'm actually not dumb.
Period.
I'm actually very intelligent. You don't have to be like smart in everything. I'm smart in my ways, and you want to say I'm dumb for saying that, but
Okay,
like,
tell me an interesting fact.
Do you know why a gas light comes on in a car?
Okay. Sure, go ahead. Tell me.
It's because it's a lie. Because if your car is giving you a gas light and telling you, hey, we're about to run out of gas, and you still driving and you hit 0 miles, that bitch ain't gonna find you. So it's really just a form of manipulation. That's a fun fact.
Wait, what? True. Tell me you're
It's
joking.
true.
Right?
No, it's dead ass because it's happened to me. It's gonna literally like turn off on you. Who knows when? That's why it's called a gaslight. We will never know. It's a lie.
Yo, can someone tell her? You know what comes on? To tell you to put gas in the car soon. What's happening right now?
Your gaslight is gaslighting. Wow, I'm enlightened, master.
If you diet, you lose weight, right? The #1 cause of obesity is genetics. That means if you are born to parents that have obesity, you have a 50 to 85% likelihood of having the disease yourself, even with optimal diet, exercise, sleep management, stress management. So when people see families that have obesity, the assumption is, what are they feeding those kids?
No, the #1 cause for obesity is consuming more calories than the body uses. It's an energy imbalance. And what she's doing again is pointing people away from personal accountability, decision making. And it's like, of course she has the skin color. And yes, this is one woman, but this race is the most obese in the United States, also the most overweight. And I would also argue we point our finger the most of all the other major races. For example,
Black women, when we do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose it slower. Racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
so now let's put these two things together. First woman is saying it's genetic. That's the #1 cause of obesity. Nothing you can do about it, genetic, which is a lie. The next woman is blaming racism and other things on obesity and complaining and whining that the diets don't work for you the same. I think us as a whole, when I say us, I mean us, have a problem with personal accountability. In most cases, and I'm not talking about people with special issues, thyroid issues, things like that. In most cases, you are overweight because you consume more calories than your body burns. It is due to your decision making and your lifestyle. If you take what these two women said and you put it together, it gives you a perfect reason and a perfect excuse to just stay overweight. I'm black, I have these genetics, and I'm dealing with racism and stuff in America, so diets don't work for me the same anyway, so why even try? It helps enable obesity. And you know what the #1 cause of death for black people in the US is? Heart disease. You know what contributes to heart disease significantly? Obesity. And these individuals are pushing narratives that help enable that behavior that leads Black Americans to early deaths. You can get mad at me all you want, but I'm not wrong. We need to stop making excuses for poor behavior and start looking to hold ourselves accountable and make better decisions that will be better for us and our families. Personal accountability.
I know going to the gym might be difficult, but eating better is not that difficult. You need to love yourself enough.
It's kind of pointless, I can't lie. What is someone's pronouns affecting you? No one's forcing you to use them.
This bill does nothing to improve lives for Floridians in any way. It merely opens an opportunity for a small percentage of our population to be targeted, to be kept from job opportunities, to be kept from dignity.
With application checkbox, let me tell you, as an intersex person, that an intersex option would have to be added because there is more than just female and male.
This bill continues your goal as stated last year by Madam Chair to eradicate the trans community. My name is Mandy. My pronouns are they, them.
This is setting up people to be killed, which is honestly the entire point, because what doesn't matter how we die, be it murder, suicide, or starvation.
dress their dogs and cats up, but once a pregnancy test is positive, they choose destruction.
We're only 4 months into this new year. Somehow we've already gotten to the point to where if you want to lose weight and be skinny, you're now considered unhealthy and you actually have an eating disorder.
Literally see women now. They're like, it's not an eating disorder, it's a calorie deficit. It's not an eating disorder, it's a healthy lifestyle. It's not an eating disorder, I just think that being skinny is like the most important thing in my life and there's nothing wrong with that. You know why I know that that's eating disorder behavior? Because when I had an eating disorder, that's exactly what I said. I'm just in a calorie deficit. I just like to eat healthy. I'm just not hungry. I just decide to like go for a run when I feel hungry just so that I don't eat. Like I just want to be healthy. I don't want to stuff my face. Like I just think being skinny is important. Like I don't know why that's a problem. Like being skinny is just better. Like I feel better when I'm skinny. All those things. Yeah, that is exactly what women who are hiding eating disorders say.
You've got to be joking, right? Right? This is the most dangerous mindset being spread all over TikTok right now. Convincing people that wanting to lose weight, be healthy, and feel confident in their body is toxic, that is pure delusion. Feeling better when you're in a caloric deficit is not disordered. It's science. You're not supposed to feel your best when you're 100 pounds overweight and inflamed. This generation is being absolutely brainwashed into thinking discipline is abuse and self-neglect is self-love. You're not healing by staying in the same body that's killing you slowly. That's not empowerment. That's denial. And if your past experience with being skinny was rooted in disordered habits, it doesn't make being healthy disordered. That just means you didn't do it right. Now you're projecting your broken mindset onto people who are finally taking control of their life. We don't need to go around normalizing obesity. We need to wake up. You're not some victim of diet culture. You're just a victim of your own excuses. So go ahead, stay comfortable, and keep pointing fingers at skinny, healthy people trying to better themselves, saying it's an eating disorder. Because that same disorder is what gives me energy, confidence, and control over my life.
She does realize that overeating and obesity is an eating disorder too, right? It's basically the other end of underrating and anorexia.
Hot take, I want a safe space from cis women. How about that? What if I wanted a safe space away from cis women? We're gonna do hella microaggressions and make me feel incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh, so she wants to take over the space of real women and then kick them out. Do you know what's an even bigger problem? The liberal women that affirm this behavior.
I respect that. Some of us are really toxic. 4,000 likes. As a cis woman, I try to be that safe space. As a cis woman, I get it. I don't blame you. Clearly, so many of us are still buying the patriarchy Kool-Aid and will sell out our sisters at the first opportunity. Cis women here, take all the safe space you need. We need to listen and learn to grow as a community. As a cis woman, I am so sorry we made you feel this way. By the way, they're probably jealous of you. As a cis woman, I get it. I'm so sorry on behalf of them.
That's what the male bathrooms, locker rooms, and sports are for, bro.
Why do you have to give them hormones to make them more of a girl? Because... I'm sorry, can you expand on the question? It's a simple question. If you say that the child thinks it's a girl, so you're going to give the child hormones. Mm-hmm. If the child thinks it's a girl, let it be a girl. Like, you don't have... Why are you adding hormones? If you're shooting hormones into a child, and you're affecting the child's development, you're saying that's not a choice, that's nonsense. Of course it's a choice. You're choosing to chemically change this child's body.
Because they need to completely destroy the child's reality to further their agenda. That's why.
When I say land back, I mean land back, as in give every single piece of it back to the Native Americans.
I'm gonna tell you the exact same thing I tell anyone when I see them post something like this. You first. Like, set the example for the rest of us. And I know what your response is going to be. Your response is going to be the exact same thing from everyone who posts. Well, I don't own anything. If I did, I would definitely give it back. Yet the fact that you feel this way is because you haven't worked hard, made money, and owned something. Because if you had spent years working hard to save up money, if you'd spent years developing your credit to be able to buy something like that, to be able to buy land, build a home, start a family, you wouldn't be so quick to try to give it away. And since I know that's going to be your answer, let me go ahead and give you a different task. Why don't you convince people who you already have in your life that already trust you to give their back? Why don't you say this to people around you who bought land or own homes? See, none of you do that. I can't find a single one of you that want us to give all this kind of shit back to Native Americans that has ever convinced anyone they know to do it. And I've certainly never found somebody who actually did give their stuff back who's proposing doing this. No, it's people who own nothing. It's people who have friends who own nothing. So the idea of giving back doesn't bother you because you're not sacrificing anything. So here's my challenge to you. Buy something. Buy land somewhere. Buy a home somewhere and then give it away. If you really want to be the example, if you really want people to follow you, if you really want people to do what you say to do, you gotta at least try to do it first.
I think they should start with Oprah. She's got a lot to give, but quick question, are the Native Americans also gonna give it back to the original inhabitants? How much further back are we going with this foolishness?
I know it's hatred, racism, because you post a meme of a white man arresting a Latino woman with the hairnet on and put that hairnet on her because you know that they're here working.
Well, Vilma, I think that you solved the case. It had to be racism that they drew her with a hairnet, and not the fact that when she was arrested, she was wearing a hairnet.
If you're gonna put her name in the caption, put her picture in the...
Well, far be it from me to destroy your narrative with facts, once again, but they did. Your screenshot is from Instagram. Why don't we go look at the Instagram real quick? Well, I guess you're right. Wait a minute. What's that? 2 little dots under the picture. What could that mean? Let's see. Huh. If you scroll over when you see 2 dots, it indicates more than one picture. And what is that second picture? Don't be afraid, just shout it when you know. That's right. That's a picture of her. Huh. So it's almost like you didn't actually go look at the Instagram post yourself and just found some screenshots someone else posted somewhere and decided to run with it. And even if they didn't post her photo, who gives a... She is a terrible person that should be relegated to just a meme.
They should have added her country's flag so he can really crash out.
I'm upset. Relax. Come on.
Hey. We're all men here.
Bro, Sneeko, bro. That's why she's upset, bro. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Be nice. I feel bad. What can I do to make you more comfortable? Sneeko, be nice to her, bro, for real. She's coming on here. It takes a lot of balls to come on in front of 500,000.
Takes a lot of balls.
Sneeko, be nice, bro.
I am being nice, but it takes a lot of balls.
What is your problem?
Yeah, what is your problem, Sneeko?
I don't have a problem. Have you ever seen Family Guy?
Yeah, someone told me I look like a hype.
Can you say Lois? Brian.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's.
He's going to eat Sneeko.
You didn't vote for Trump, I take it?
No, I voted for Harris Waltz, like a normal person.
Normal.
And I'll take the L. I can't even believe that we lost. I can't even believe it. What are you thinking? Stop ruining your own country. Jesus Christ. Like
What does he have to do with
about
this?
any of you. If you think for a second that he would do anything for you, you are so wrong. He doesn't give a about you. I don't know why you give a
TDS. Trump derangement syndrome.
You see him getting away with all his bad and you think that maybe there's a chance for you to get away with your bad Take a look at yourself.
Did she just say take a look at yourself? And gross.
Be good.
Oh my goodness.
Good. Jesus. That just came out of me.
Listen, she said, this just came out of me. Yeah, you just had a full-blown exorcism. Demons just came out of you. And did she have the audacity to say the word gross? Really?
Was she trying to display a cartoon villain? She should have played the evil queen on Snow White.
I don't care what nobody says. And this wasn't for a man.
Tell him, girl.
It was just like, I was just, I like big. So, that's me. Like, I love big money. I love big everything. So it never had to do with a man. I just did it for myself because that's just what I like. So,
who's your fan base on?
Like, are you
Men.
saying? Yeah, men.
So I guess you did it for a man then.
No, I just started doing.
Yeah, she did it for herself.
A toddler was suspended from a nursery after they were accused of being transphobic or homophobic. I just cannot believe this. The Department of Education data revealed the child is either 3 or 4 years old. The Department of Education spokesman said all pupils and staff should feel safe, I can't believe I'm reading this, should feel safe and protected at school and should never face violence or abuse. The Education Secretary has been clear that she expects school leaders to enforce good behaviour, and we are committed to a comprehensive programme of behaviour to support all four schools. I'm lost for words, Adam.
Well, I've got to say, this school needs to be looked at, and the people making the decisions in the school need to be investigated, because a 3 or 4 year old, I've got a 5-year-old girl at home, she doesn't know anything about the world. She just about knows, her name and a few things she's learned at school. This is ridiculous. I'm called transphobic because I don't want men in women's spaces. I don't believe men can become women, which is a fact. So I get labelled transphobic for those views, and they shouldn't be in sports either. But a toddler, come on, this is disgraceful. This school needs to be looked at immediately because this is astounding.
So what did this baby do? Call a male teacher Mr. or he? I'm sure that's it. They don't really care about trans men. It's the creepy trans women.
Are you maintaining hope? My trans nephew was he was halfway through his bottom surgery when all this was going down in New York and at Langone Hospital, and then now the hospitals, they only were able to cut half off.
He's gonna tell her cello Wokey how she was harassed by a transphobe.
Get a gun.
Okay, I mean, I support the Second Amendment, self-defense for everyone.
Get a gun right now.
But I'm a little concerned about where this may be going.
Get your little cousin, your 18-year-old cousin who ain't got no record, make that too. Get a gun right now. Get extra ammo.
Pretty sure you just described a crime, having somebody else buy a gun and give it to you so you can circumvent the process. Yeah, that's illegal, but okay.
Take that rent money and get a gun. They don't intend to leave us free. They don't intend to leave us free. Get a gun. Get it now.
What? This person thinks they, which I'm gonna assume she means the Trump administration, don't intend to leave us free, referring to the black community, presumably. That's who this video is entitled to. Are you seeing and hearing things? Because look, you could disagree with so many things Trump's doing, but the idea that he's gonna bring back slavery, which it's not even just this one woman. They keep saying this kind of thing all over social media, is insane. It has no basis in reality. This dude is uplifting black people to his cabinet, and you think he's gonna bring back slavery? What? Again, I'm not against people owning guns, but you shouldn't be arming up in mass preparation to resist the government over something you're literally hallucinating.
I thought they were anti-guns. No values, no standards, nothing.
Trump or Kamala?
Kamala.
Why are you voting for Kamala?
Because Trump sucks.
What is Kamala's greatest achievement as VP?
I literally don't know. I have no idea.
You don't know anything she's done?
No, I don't.
But she's still the better choice?
Yes, because I know a lot of things that he has done.
Like, you know a lot of things about Trump that are negative?
Yeah. Racist. He's so
Okay, well, what has he done that's racist?
Specifically, I don't watch anything with Trump in it.
I mean, it is brain rot. I cannot believe that I live amongst these people. Like, genuinely, folks, it's just... that she went insane on Trump and then admitted she never watches anything but clips that are taken out of context by the left intentionally. This is the modern Democrat Party. It's like so embarrassing.
It's really embarrassing.
Get ready, because you got a daughter too. Wait till she's a teenager. Wait till...
Everybody who fails as a father says that to me.
I know that stung bad.
How do you feel since you graduated?
Oh, okay. First of all, graduating was so pointless because so much student loan debt that I'm just like, why did I go to school?
How much in debt are you?
Like, there's like $22K, which isn't that much to be fair. It's like average.
How much?
It's like average.
How much do you have in your bank account?
The truth is, I have $340. It's not looking good. Even my credit card's maxed out. But the illusion is that I'm rich.
$22,000 and a maxed out credit card.
Yeah, that's not an issue. That's so normal. For a 24-year-old, that's super normal.
I bought my apartment when I was 25.
Okay, but you're also a cis, straight, white-passing man.
So, what was your major then?
Why won't you make LGBT variants? You must be new around here. Let me explain. We created the cutest couple keychains inspired by your favorite animated movies. They are super easy to set up and can hold up to 100,000 keys. We like to keep our keychains simple and full of love. Unfortunately, we won't let any mental illness affect our business.
Did they just call LGBTQ mental illness? A company said this
publicly? Wow. The fact that this is like a company that makes Disney items and they're anti-LGBTQ, that is the shock of the century.
To be fair, there is no Disney classic with LGBT mentions.
What's your stance on the Founding Fathers?
Founding Fathers? What do you mean?
Yeah, what's your stance on the Founding Fathers? Do you know who the Founding Fathers are? No. Do you have a favorite Founding Father?
I don't. I don't really know their names. Donald Trump.
You guys love George Washington?
I like
This is where we are as a civilization.
If you are a COVID conscious queer.
COVID conscious queer.
Okay, I should say a COVID conscious person, like someone who wears a mask, don't scroll because this is like literally life-saving advice. Because if you've just been
this
like
was posted in October 2024.
popping it on, squeezing it on your nose and going, incorrect. It doesn't actually create a proper seal because
why are you wearing a mask
V-shape,
now?
which is like not the shape of your nose. What you actually want to do, kind of switch this V shape into a U shape. So how to do that is
Ladies and gentlemen and queer people everywhere, there is no need to have that on. Zero need. Why are you doing this? If you have gastro, if you got the spews and the shits, if you have the flu, then maybe wear a mask. Stop other people getting it. I don't think that's a bad idea. I know when everyone has those masks debates, I think sometimes with some illnesses, you should probably throw a mask on to stop everyone else getting sick. But for the particular reason you're doing it, it's a I can't even say this shit on YouTube.
pop that on and squeeze it just as you would. And you'll notice you get a way better seal. This is huge for me. Like, I didn't know I'd been wearing them wrong. This is also supposed to be really helpful for fogging your glasses. I just wanted to put that out there. And since I have you, let me show you my COVID conscious queer badge.
Oh my God. COVID conscious queer badge. Fuck off, mate.
Are you guys COVID conscious? If not, you are awful people. And that is a wrap. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.